From the outside, Lara's life looked like something out of a fairy tale. She was 32, married to the love of her life, and living in a freshly built duplex in Lekki. Her career as a tech product manager was thriving, and her husband, Dio, had just gotten promoted at the bank. They had waited 5 years before having their first baby, a plump, curly-haired daughter named Tommy, who was the apple of everyone's eye. But behind the baby photos on Instagram and the date night reels was a battle no one saw coming. Her mother-in-law, Mama Dio. It started small. A week after Tommy was born, Mama Dio came from Ibadan to help. She arrived with 5 bags, a frying pan, and 3 liters of palm oil, announcing at the gate, "I no trust all these Lagos food. I brought my own." Lara didn't mind. She understood the culture. In Nigeria, mothers often came to support their daughters or daughters-in-law during childbirth. Lara had even cleared out the guest room. But by day 3, the help started to feel like hostage-taking. Lara woke up one morning to find her mother-in-law had rearranged the entire kitchen. She had poured Lara's chia seeds into an empty Gary container. She threw out Lara's almond milk because, in her words, "Milk way no be from cow no be real milk." She was boiling water with all the burners and humming gospel hymns at 4:30 a.m., like she was preparing to summon angels to battle demons. It would have been funny if Lara hadn't just given birth 2 weeks earlier and needed more rest than routine spiritual warfare at dawn. The first time Lara said anything, she tried to be polite. "Mummy, please, can we boil the water at night so the house stays quiet in the morning?" Her mother-in-law turned to her, eyes wide. "Ah? So now I'm disturbing you in my son's house?" Dio was quiet. He gave Lara that "just endure" look. The same one he had used when Mama Dio randomly joined them on their honeymoon in Dubai 5 years ago. Lara wanted to scream. Things escalated the day Lara returned from the hospital with Tammy's immunization and found her mother-in-law had invited 3 of her church friends to pray in their sitting room without asking. They were praying loudly over the baby. One woman was even speaking in tongues over the baby's bottle. Lara took Tommy gently from their arms and excused herself. That night, Lara broke down. She told Dio, "I'm drowning. I feel like a guest in my own house. I just gave birth, and I'm the one tiptoeing around." Dio sighed. "She's just trying to help. She's used to being in charge. Please, let's not make it an issue." The silence between them stretched. Lara knew what was happening. She had read about it in threads on Twitter and Facebook groups for young wives, the passive intrusion, the erasure, the slow simmer of resentment between women who both loved the same man in different ways. 3 weeks later, Mama Dio left. Lara thought that was the end, until one Wednesday afternoon, while working remotely in her pajamas, she heard a key turn in the front door. She froze. No knock, no phone call, just the jingle of keys. Mama Dio strolled in with 2 bags and said, "Surprise! I just came for a few days. I missed my baby." She didn't mean the grandbaby, she meant Dio. That night, Lara didn't speak, she didn't cry. She packed a small overnight bag, kissed her daughter's forehead, and drove to a hotel nearby. She texted Dio from the car, "Let me know when we're ready to live as a couple, not in a 3-way marriage. I'm tired." Dio panicked. He called, he begged, he apologized. "I didn't know it was that bad. I was trying to keep the peace." Lara, calm but firm, replied, "You were keeping the peace at my expense." The next day, Dio took action. He respectfully told his mother that moving forward, visits would require prior notice and mutual agreement. He explained that Lara needed her own space to heal and bond with the baby. Mama Dio didn't take it well. She cried. She said Lagos women were turning their sons against their mothers. She threatened to go on a fast. But for the first time, Dio stood his ground. He changed the locks. He bought Lara flowers. And he apologized, not just with words, but with boundaries. Months passed. Lara forgave him slowly. Tommy started crawling. Her first word was, "Mama." The house felt lighter, quieter, safer. One day, Dio said, "I didn't know how important boundaries were until I almost lost you. I promise, next time she calls before she visits, and she knocks." Lara smiled. Good, because the next time someone unlocks that door without calling, I'll pretend I'm not home. They laughed. And this time, it was real. Moral of the story? Boundaries don't mean disrespect, they mean protection. If you love your spouse, you won't let them become invisible in their own home. Even the best intentions can suffocate when they arrive uninvited.